Hey everybody, welcome to the next lecture. This one promises to be fairly brief, and don't forget to carefully review some of the other links inside the behaviorism folder. It clearly reinforces the concepts, much of which I don't really think I need to discuss specifically here because I think they are well developed in those video links. So look at those and please carefully review them. Anyway, associative learning models, including classical and operant conditioning, have had a sizable impact on product advertising and particularly in political advertising, which arguably is a form of product advertising. Perhaps you have already reviewed the video clip I included in my announcement I sent you, the Nike advertisement. Simply and summarily, the one describing the association of neutral stimuli, the Nike footwear brand, pairing with a popular celebrity, and parenthetically, may I say that actors and sports figures elicit powerful, favorable emotional reactions and thus serve as unconditioned stimuli eliciting these deep, rapid, favorable emotional responses. Their repeated associations with a neutral brand or product gives rise to a similar favorable emotional reaction to the brand or product, hence association learning, the nexus between a neutral stimuli and an unconditioned stimulus. All newly introduced products, or politicians for that matter, serve up as neutral stimuli, and their repeated pairings or associations with other elements of the advertising segment, such as soothing or threatening music, smiling faces, color, etc. I want you to develop some of those things when you find your political ads. In other words, we could simply think of the candidate for office as a product, a neutral stimulus. Now, let me go back to a little bit of history. You remember that I advanced my discussion of British associationism. And I want to add here that behaviorism and the concepts built into behaviorism squares well with the tenets of British associationism and the optimism that it brought forth. And that is that basically everything is a consequence of experience. I may have mentioned John Locke in my earlier lecture, but did I mention the notion of tabula rasa? Tabula rasa means clean slate and was advanced to express that the mind is a clean slate and experience writes to it. Watson and Skinner were Americans, and their fundamental concepts fit nicely into the American optimism of the day. Watson once said this: "Give me a dozen healthy infants, well-formed, and my own specified world to bring them up in, and I'll guarantee to take any one at random and train him to become any type of specialist I might select. Doctor, lawyer, artist, merchant chief, and yes, even beggar man and thief, regardless of his talents and his pensions." Look in the behaviorism folder for, again, these additional links to condition and examine them pretty well. Sure, some of the material is a bit redundant as you move from one video to another, but they are there purposely to strengthen and reinforce these basic concepts. Now, after reviewing the original Watson video clip, it becomes clear how effective fear, which is, by the way, clearly an unconditioned response that, by the way, newborns experience, can very quickly become associated with various neutral stimuli. If you've been keeping up with current political events, it is clear that fear eliciting events are being created and deployed to influence voter preference. More broadly, stimulus response behaviorism attempts to describe how individuals and their political personality is conditioned by stimuli, responses, drives, and reinforcements provided by societies and institutions. And with that, I'm going to close this lecture. Later.